Always been advance voting since maybe since 18. I'm 31 now, so I always voted all my life.
A record 23% of Quebec's 6 million plus eligible voters already voted in advance polls ahead of Monday's provincial election day. But just how many will come out October 3rd? In 2018, the election saw about 67% of eligible voters cast a ballot, down from 71% in 2014.
Historically, when the turnout was high for in advance polls, it was a sign that the participation rate would be high. Now the pandemic has kind of changed that, and so people have now been more used to vote in advance to avoid large crowds, and so we have seen that in the federal election elsewhere in Canada.
A recent Léger poll found support for the CAQ sat just under 40%, with Québec solidaire, the Liberals, the Conservatives, and Parti québécois following, each with 15 to 17% support.
C'est important de voter, mesdames.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget it's your duty as a citizen.
Normally, when we see an incumbent seeking re-election, we see a decrease in voting because exactly people think that, okay, we will be in the continuity, and so why do I bother to vote?
With recent comments made by Immigration Minister Jean Boulet and François Legault from the CAQ, there may be some who are more inclined to vote to sway the polls or strengthen the opposition.
It seems that people are still engaged, despite the fact that, the CAQ from the start has been the favorite by far. People are engaged. There are people who want to protest against the CAQ, and CAQ voters are also likely to show up, in part because of their, they are older and they tend to vote more on average anyway.
I need to learn more about the subject before making a decision and look at what the parties have to offer to establish a decision. Ontario's most recent provincial election saw voter turnout at just 43%, something both Belland and Tellier say would be a drastic dip if the same happens on October 3rd.
We've never seen that in Quebec, and I do think that we should stay quite above this.
It would probably maybe be in the low 60, which is still a lot because it would mean that 40% of potential voters did not vote.
Quebecers will be able to vote on Monday. Polling stations will be open from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I'm going to vote, and hopefully it goes somewhere. I think we have more younger generation, and if they voted, it'd be better to have, because we have people that don't vote, it goes nowhere.
In Montreal, Felisha Adam, City News.